maybe that rel that kind of fits
That was-
HLE's draft.
Keria is just, he's giving knowing looks everywhere, as it looks like maybe it could even be a
Gragas support!
Pantheon.
Gragas support! Gragas Yasuo bottom lane!
I mean, it could be Pantheon support.
Hey, true. As Keria's putting his jacket back on, I don't know what that means, but
I think
I'm
it means he's
scared.
playing Poppy in the bottom lane blind, and that's never a fun time.
True.
All right, let's see what Guma's got here for this bottom lane. Nautilus is going to come out here first, which is really flexible in this draft. They have so much dive. Like, it's a single target blow up is out of control good. And he
also
swaps to an old favorite for a moment.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We know what Guma's playing now.
Yeah, the Zyrakan certainly going to be a option here, as Gumayusi does really like playing the Zaya.
The last time he played it, it was just a thing of beauty. His callbacks of his feathers were incredible. This has been always one of his best. He doesn't play it all the time, but when he does,
yeah,
you can bet you're going to enjoy it.
What kind of player sees Poppy and is like, give me the Rakan?
Only delight.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of insane. I don't know whether I would ever recommend it, as Pays looking for the corky, wants to play with a little bit more of that early oomph.
There's so much power in this bottom lane. So insanely strong.
Yep, seems pretty happy to do it as well. And never mind, it's going to be a Kai'Sa. Okay, we have got some diving happening here on T1 side, and they can create some real discounter into Zeus himself. We'll see whether they can get that monkey off his back as we get onto the Rift for game number 3. All right, Chijik Lolpark kind of popping off here as the fans make their presence known. And here we are, onto the Rift for the third game of this series. Our first game 3 of round robin 2, Wolf. And we could be on to a full streak of 3 gamers if we keep this up, as this was also the first of the round.
Electrocuting everywhere.
Yep, certainly a lot of that. As this has been a bit of an Achilles heel for Faker so far this season, as the Aurora hasn't really found too much success for T1.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been players like Chovy and Zeka on the other side who have really taken this pick and made it look like it is Z tier, as it is so strong in so many different matchups, and especially with an aggressive jungler like Kanavi, like Canyon, can be really, really strong. See what Oner can get done with this Pantheon. There's a lot of power in both of these mid-jungle duos here between these two squads. You mentioned Doran. I joked about the MVP robbing because it was Pays who, on a different team now, stole that away from him. And there might have been someone on the space who voted a certain way that made us very upset and had a very long argument at the after party after that finals about. But it was a good time, and Doran, I think, got his credit where it was due. Normally it's Doran against Zeus in these big best-of-5s where he has gotten the better of Zeus in matchups like this. Best of 3, we'll see what happens here in this third game, because this series has been absolutely out of control awesome. I mean, I don't think we can really overstate how awesome like the team fighting has been, the macro, some of the aggressive calls, like even in game 2, the ending of it was nearly HLE just winning it and taking the 2-0.
And especially when it came to the first game with just how crazy some of the moves were on either side. As HLE taking a bit of control here towards the bottom side, 2-0 for Gumayusi so far on the year. And in fact, HLE are just undefeated on all of these champions. They haven't been defeated all that often outside of against T1 at the very beginning of the season.
Well, this is the stats that just popped up there is kind of what I was saying when I say with HLE, it's very known what they're doing here. And for T1, a little bit more flexing.
Doran's Gragas is really good.
Yes.
As we know.
Not this season yet. It's his first time this season. There's like a lot of these picks for T1, but historically...
And it was also one of the picks that, when he was back on Gen G, was a really big point, as Kanavi is going aggressive, ladies and gentlemen, to the surprise of no one, and Oner taking a lot of damage. Faker making his way over the charm! The charm! Catches him! Even after the flashes. Now Faker might be dead as well! Kanavi letting his fists do the talking, but it is going to be Faker that's able to walk away. Still first blood going over to HLE.
Doran, though, in trouble.
Yeah, Zeus looking for... Never mind, he's walking past the lane. Sometimes that is something you want to do.
Doran did not have really any mana there, but
Zeus also without very much health.
Looks like Doran's actually even going to stop his back here and catch this whole wave. So what Zeus was trying to do there doesn't end up getting the insane value he was hoping for.
Oh. Yeah, Keria going in and pays without very much health or mana. Obviously, this Poppy lane is going to struggle a little bit, and the Rakan doesn't really add too much.
No.
But when it is alongside Azaya, you do add that little bit of extra.
The Corki would have been
the extra synergy.
The Corki would have been so much better for the laning phase alone.
Yeah.
All right, look, we got to talk about Zeka just kind of skirting through here and getting this flash charm angle. Watch this. Watch Zeka. My God, despite the flash.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, I guess he could have flashed into the pit, but
not a whole lot of great angles for Oner to get out there, but very unfortunate that even after the flash, he was still in line with the charm.
Very few things happen where you flash an ability and get hit by it anyways.
Yeah.
It's a straight line situation though. Zeka so aggressive with that play.
And Zeus being so aggressive here on this top side as well. Has already taken one plate, is ahead by 450 gold at about that many seconds in the game, which is just kind of ridiculous. Does have to flash though, as Faker was rotating up, and they had Scuttle Vision.
Faker still has flash, and Zeka does not because of the previous play, which is in part why they could not kill Faker.
Yep. I also just want to apologize for not being able to count seconds very well, as Faker's caught by a charm. The electrocute comes on through as well, as Delight looking for an angle. Will not find it.
It's going to leave the supports to, or rather Keria, the support here, to follow his opposition to the mid lane, and that means that we're going to leave the 80 carries alone. And so this early call buy makes a lot of sense for Pays. Doran's got ult.
Yeah, he's going to be able to find it there as well. Just delivers Zeus over to his former jungler, and down he will go. The answering kill there for T1. Looking real nice in the top lane.
Really impressive timing for that gank from Oner. And Doran doesn't miss. No Zeus, no flash from the previous roam. So get the good punish there. And we're tied up one apiece. Now, HANWHA Esports have a pretty significant lead with the laning phase with the CS advantages, but at least Doran and Oner will get that kill back, make it a little closer.
Yep. I think the fact that Kanavi picks up first blood as well, sometimes not being able to give that over to your mid laner in that little skirmish in the 2v2 can be a problem, but when Kanavi's ahead, I feel like HLE do find themselves with a whole lot more opportunities. The cease and desist comes down and Faker just slips between the worlds.
Yeah, but
able to get himself out.
Prio for HLE, and Oner cannot get in.
Yeah, not going to happen. Does want to go for an opportunistic steal there. Voidseeker was also in the air, but Smite is just too good.
I think without... Okay, we're going to watch this play first, though. Doran gets the slow, which makes it easier to hit this cast, knowing that Zeus doesn't have flash.
Nicer indeed.
I think that the bait of the Aurora ultimate there from Kanavi is huge, as we're going to have another 2v2 down here.
Yeah, Delight running real fast after the heal, but is otherwise unable to find too much more.
If Faker had his ult in that fight, maybe that was the only way they could have turned it, but he just denies it straight up on that dragon. HLE get first dragon, have a lead really everywhere on the map right now, like you mentioned with the Kanavi first blood. And it's so much comfort. The comp is simple. See if T1 can bounce back here as their comp has not really fully come online yet. Keria?
Yeah, ulti comes on forward as Gumayusi holds on to the Featherstorm, and Oner is going to show up, but just a little bit too late. I think the birthday cake was already gone.
Yeah, significantly late, I would say, on that one.
Yeah.
It's almost like he didn't trust that Keria was going to hit that, and then he was like, Keria was like, why didn't you come? And he's like, okay, fine. But it was definitely a little bit past the timing.
Yeah, showed up to the birthday party and had to ask whether there's anything left in the fridge, which is always an unfortunate time to arrive. As the cask not quite going to work out as well as it did last time, but there weren't too many friends joining as Kanavi hiding in the brush. And will get spotted here by Keria. Gets the ward down first.
Zeka is coming over here first with Faker TPs, and they decide to back away. I thought there was maybe an angle for Zeka to slide in there. His flash isn't quite up yet, just a few seconds away.
Man, Keria is going to be so annoying in this game as Kanavi wants to start fights with the Vault Breaker, and it just becomes so hard when Keria is always there standing in front. As Charm connects here from Zeka very nicely. Will find the true damage on that Orb of Deception.
That is probably just 3 grubs because of it, because there's just no way Faker with half health, I mean, his ult is just coming online now, could even contest, and he's in fact just kind of back. Okay, he stops his back. I was going to say, there's a big wave coming his way, so does decide to get money.
Yeah. Good body slam to interrupt to the skies from Zeus. As another charm lands from Zeka. Man, they are magnetized in this game.
He's very good at Ari, as Doran is very low.
Yeah, Keria coming on over here. And that means that Delight and Kanavi going to be having a weird time. As in goes Zeka, finds the charm one more time onto Oner, who does have the Aegis set up, but that is still going to be the kill to come on forward. They look to take down Zeus, and they will succeed on that front, but Zeka is still just dancing around them. The minions get in the way, though, and that means that it is only the one-for-one trade. Probably not the greatest for HLEs. They did invest a lot into that top lane.
I think they wanted more than that. They wanted to get Doran, and it looked for sure like they would, but they ran out of time. Guma, though, and this is kind of the HLE way, is 4 people are diving somewhere, and Guma's getting money on the other side. This just happens almost every HLE game this entire year, even in some of their less great games earlier on in LCK Cup. But Doran takes a ton of damage. Kanavi is the one who absorbs the stun here, and they turn this on to the Pantheon, but Oner's shield actually buys just a few extra seconds, and then this play here from Keria allows them to trade this one back, and with the turret spinning, there's just not enough damage here for Zeka. The minions deny him that follow-up second kill onto Doran. But like I said, you know, it's not just that. A lot of resources are spent, but Guma gets plate money. Guma gets Essence Reaver.
Yeah, he's very, very strong at this point in time. Zeus as well is unfortunately not Nogari, who would be very, very happy with a 0-2-0 scoreline. Zeus is not as used to it, as he is generally just dominating in any matchup on the Jace, unless it's into Doran's Gragas in the past.
Yeah.
So it looks like those demons are still there.
It is Demon Week.
True.
And there is an unkillable demon.
There is the Demon King in that mid lane.
He's 0 deaths, actually, right now, currently. He's
so
really
possibly unkillable.
Yeah.
Just don't look at the stats for game 1. And that is all going to hold true.
Or his Aurora stats. But yeah, we'll see what he does, because this is still early days. It's a 2,000 gold lead, though. And this Kai'Sa is not great in lane, significantly behind. Has not been able to impact any team fights just yet, but there is a strong mid-game potentially here for T1. Let's see if they can set up a fight for this dragon, because HLE getting double dragon here with this comp and the lead they have would be probably a bridge too far. I just don't know if they can wrestle Prio back, because look at Kanavi's position. Zeka pushes Faker away. Oner has ult, but he's backing, and it just feels like this is going to be a free dragon here. There's a little bit of time for them to come over and try to muster something here, but it just feels too late. He gets Sundered Sky. He has ult. 3 seconds on dragon.
Pickup. Like, getting that Sundered Sky was huge. For Oner, I just don't know whether they're quite going to be there in time. As there's the Vault Breaker flash right into the ulti, and Zeka is able to pick that one up. Now Oner turns up, but a little late, and in goes Delight to lock him down. Grand entrance and a dead Pantheon, and a double kill for Zeka on his Ari, so debut champion.
Double dragon, double kill! Gonna get double dragon off of this, and they didn't give Faker time to react. They didn't give Faker time to flash. Fantastic charged Q flash from Kanavi. Hits him first, and they just line up the CC. And then Oner is just a donation. It's his second Pantheon ult that comes way too late to impact the fight. And by the time he gets there, Faker is dead, and he is just a sitting duck to be CC'd for the next cooldown for Zeka, who picks up his boots, transforms tier 3 with his role quest completed here with the dominance we've seen. Look at his advantage in quest over Faker's right now. Kind of obscene.
Yeah.
And it's Ocean Soul, so that's good for T1, because at least it means the double dragon means less. But I feel like that's where the good news ends right now.
It is problematic. The first item buy also coming through for Zeka is going to make things hard, as Keria moves on up just to back up his mid laner.
Like he gets
going to keep him alive.
Malignant and the tier 3 boots here, and he's got 6 stacks of Darksteel as Faker is sitting on a Hextech Alternator. As you can see in that exchange, did not really trade anything back towards Zeka. And it might just mean that for the rest of this game, it's tough for Faker to actually have an impact in sides. He's 1,500 gold behind.
Yeah, and there's also that big lead for Gumayusi as well. And Kanavi in a really good spot in this game. Once again, 100% kill contribution.
Faker has
He
flash.
goes in. He is able to go between the worlds to get himself out of there. Kanavi, without his ultimate up and available, is just happy to grab the cooldown of that ulti. As now Zeus wanted to lay the hammer down, but is not going to be able to get in range of Doran. Just a little lithe as the rotund man in the top lane.
Yeah, a little excited big man, but nothing going to come of it. As no ult for Oner still. I mean, if that charm for Zeka connects while Faker's trying to go between the worlds and he dies there, But I don't want to say this game is over, but it certainly would have been if he dies there. Doesn't have to flash. Doran is ultless, so we're going to see some action up here in the top lane. As T1 know they need to kind of hover around this potentially big bag of money Gragas as Keria is up there.
Oh dear, there's another charm connecting. Is Zeka going to go all in for this one? Just avoiding all of the buttons that Faker presses. There's the flash in, finds the Orbit Deception and gets the reset to get the solo kill. And 4-0-1 on the Ahri.
Okay, Delight's going in here as well. Keria isolated. He is Poppy, so it looks like he might be okay. But this might just be first brick as well. HLE have that push with Zeka in the bottom lane. He could TP up to the top side too if they want to try to fight before he gets there. Like, he has so much agency in this game right now. He's not going to stick to the turret here. Doesn't have full information on where Oner could be.
He's going back. I think
he realizes now that he can.
As Kanavi was looking to go in, cease and desist is available. I mean, he's going to press that button if he does find it. There's the Vault Breaker.
Pays is dead, I think.
Over to Pays, and he does just get ulted. And Gumayusi, can he actually find a kill here? Great shield to come on through, and Oner is able to pick up the overextended buy. Pays played that right on the edge.
Yeah, so close to the edge. Doesn't flash. I mean,
that's great.
Just absolute resilience. And it looks like Oner's fixed his pocket watch as he's on time this time. And that's going to be a second turret to go down here, but still, at least they get something back. Finally, a punish. It just feels at this point too little too late. As we'll go back to this play here with control vision. Faker checks it and loses his life for it.
And Zeka knew exactly where he was, able to pick up the reset, and then gets level 11 off that play as well. As now, Kanavi with his slight overextension, you could say.
I mean, it looks guaranteed.
Yeah, look at how low he goes. And Killer Instinct, then the barrier, just to make sure, and then just has some honey fruit.
Guma didn't flash. I think a lot of Zayas there see blood in the water and flash for it as...
Ooh. We do have the vision toggled. Zeus, a little overextended, you could say, as he goes down very, very low. Zeka now just looking for an angle, but Zeus is still alive. How is he still alive? That is illegal, as now Keria tries to get the Poppy Copter going, and it is not going to get off the ground, and Faker once again finds himself in an awkward spot. The weirding is named correctly, and Zeka is going to lock down the kill.
I mean, I have the answer for why he's alive. Look at Faker's items. I mean, he just has the cannon now, but he didn't have it moments before. He is just so far behind. Hide on Bush is his nickname, but...
Oh dear, there's the quickness on to Oner, who does put up the Aegis, but I feel like maybe he's going to be in trouble. Never mind, he will survive as Pays
wrong side
trying to fight off Zeus here, who just goes to the skies and should be able to take him down. However, Pays stands his ground and then just gets shot in the face.
Yeah, it's Shojin's first for Zeus, by the way.
Battle Jace.
He is really, I mean, he is battling, as you can see. And unfortunately, I don't think there's anything left in this game here for T1. What was an exciting series may end with a whimper. Now look at Faker, he hits everything. But the charm buys some space, even between the worlds, but he just doesn't do damage.
Oh, the party cost!
This is, I actually didn't quite see that.
Neither did I.
Alive.
Oh,
because that would have been Zeus dead for sure, but then Faker wants to try to catch him, but they know where he is. I believe that's Faker's third death on this Aurora this game. Didn't have the cannon, has it now, but also here, Zeus just is like, well, I have vision in the mid-brush, so I know you didn't go left. So there's only one place you could be. Very good at playing the follow the cup game in this one.
The shock blast was just so anticlimactic. It looked like Pays was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to play the game, and then dead. It's kind of how it worked. As Faker finally gets his boots upgraded, and unfortunately is behind 3,300 gold to the Ahri with 5-0-2 as far as that scoreline. Zeus is just going to try and clear out this wave here. Great hammer boot to deny Oner's engage as the Void Seeker comes on through. There's a Killer Instinct for Pays, and he's able to help lock this one down. In the meantime, HLE are on the bottom side of the map. Zeka does get cast, but seems like he doesn't even really notice or care. Doran able to tank a whole bunch. Zeka just barely surviving, but the ramped up turret is going to be problematic. Gumayusi, hello? That is a Rift Herald just paying a visit to this bottom lane. Great double knock up there from Keria as the Featherstorm is going to find zero value at all, and Faker comes in looking to see if he can take down his former 80 carry, and there he will go. Keria finds a heroic charge, and Kanavi should be dead as well, and that's Oner locking that one up. This game may still be going.
Yeah, bounty gold for Pays on the top side here. Picks up a ton of plates. Pays is like side lane Kai'Sa in this game. Hasn't been spent any time in the mid lane, and this could not have gone better for T1. Like, absolutely insane what they're able to get off of this play. So this is the initial play on the Zeus. Love the hammer here to buy the space. Turret is ramping. Oner's got a flash away, and then the follow-up from Pays is enough to get the kill. So he gets all of that money before he gets the bounty later on. And then
the silliness.
Yeah, Doran casts, by the way, very early. Doesn't matter. Zeka's like, I got him, I got him. He goes, get him. Damn it, just die, Doran. And he does. And then Kuma's like, remember me?
Yeah.
Your former partner. And Keria's like, yeah, I kind of do. Like, you're in the wrong spot. I'm going to ult you. You're between turrets. You didn't actually avoid my ult with your ult, and now you're in the wrong spot and you're dead.
And he ulted, like, he heralded through the T1 base.
Yeah. It was almost epic, and then it was very silly. It was his first death of the game, and Keria's ult was not avoided by his ult, and they got some shutdowns. They got the bounty gold on the turret. However, still 4,000 gold behind. Still soul point here for HLE, even though it's an Ocean Soul. It's going to take a little bit more shenanigans from HLE, I think, for T1 to come back, or maybe some clutch plays from Pays, who takes a gold lead with the massive amount of gold he got from killing Zeus and that turret on the top side.
And we've also seen Kai'Sa's really make things happen after picking up mid-game swings, right? And that's exactly what has happened here. Item number 3 coming in very, very soon. A huge spike for this Kai'Sa. And so I think that HLE needs to kind of tidy it up. No more weird journeys in Heralds, as obviously that is not going to happen again.
Yeah, I mean,
still, that vibe of
playing with your food,
don't do it.
Yeah, playing with your food probably not necessary here against a world-class, defending world championship T1.
Yeah.
Maybe
even if you do have one of the players from that team.
True, but he was the one who was doing the silliness the most.
He was, but he was also the MVP. So I mean, it's just like swings and roundabouts. Okay, Zeka is just going to clear out this bottom wave.
So Baron is up, but neither of these teams are in a position where they can start it just yet. Faker is still massively far behind, is desperately trying to get a second item, whereas Zeka's been able to get a Verdant Barrier.
Okay.
He has 10 stacks Dark Seal. He's pretty huge. Faker is not going to be doing the main carrying in this game unless something goes crazy wrong for HLE. But I think for T1 right now, what you need to do is wait for HLE to do something that's a little bit too aggressive. Do something that's a little bit too risky and be ready to pounce, right? With your Pantheon, Gragas, and Pays' Kai'Sa. And yes, Faker can layer a lot of burst damage on top of that. But it should not be Faker trying to kill somebody in the side. It should not be trying to play through Faker's burst because he frankly just doesn't have it right now. A lot of the time with Aurora, you're like, okay, I found Guma. Maybe I can force him to ult with like a weirding Q combo. Faker probably dies if he tries to do that in this game. So play through the other parts until Faker can be relevant later on. Play slow. This game is still winnable.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's only a 4,000 gold lead at 20 plus minutes. That is certainly not insurmountable, as the Void Seeker will not find. Almost found, but did not find.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't quite locate.
No. And the Baron, up and available. 30 seconds on the Ocean Soul for HLE, though. And I think with a composition that can be a little bit tricksy, right, in what HLE have put together, the Ocean Soul could find a little more value.
I feel like it's great for T1 if they could get it. It buys them, I mean, even individual Ocean Dragons, it could buy them a little bit of space inside. So Doran's very sustainable, but denying the soul is huge, and stopping the spawn of the Elder before HLE have the Giga lead. Because the lead is pretty, it was Giga, it dropped a little bit. They're close to getting another one if they can get a pick, potentially, onto Doran. He avoids the charm.
Yeah.
Muramana here is transformed for Zeus now. This Jace is very relevant in this upcoming fight.
Let's see whether they can find some poke, as that first Shock Blast does go a little bit wide, but HLE just wasting no time. They will start off this Dragon immediately.
So much control here to HLE. Pays needs to find an angle. I think they're just going to give...
Yeah, that is just going to be the Drake down in the blink of an eye. HLE just utilizing all of that control of this river in order to grab that, and now they're looking to move towards the Baron as well. And honestly, starting up the Baron and then just moving away when you've got Ocean Soul is so much easier.
Delight has Cleanse and Flash. He gets to dictate the pace of this next fight. And it looks like he might want to do it a little early.
In they go. Kanavi finds the cease and desist as they look to try and get on top of Faker. He goes between the worlds, though, to get himself out of there. And speaking of out of there, Kanavi is over that wall, and I swear, without Ocean Soul, he's dead.
Yeah, he's so incredibly low. He's going to need to eat some honey fruit, but they might be able to start this Baron now because Faker took so much damage. He has TP, but he's going to take a little while. They are a little bit slow on starting this, though, so I think setting the trap is the better option. They know they have vision control. Guma trying to bait a little bit, but I think they're not selling this very well, and I think T1 are just going to come over here and look to see if they can find a punish.
Yep, Kanavi was on that Baron, but it had not taken very much damage at all. As you were saying, and HLE will back away.
Plays like this could backfire for HLE. It was a great hop over the wall here from Faker. Like, he pulls Kanavi in. Kanavi goes incredibly low. Like I said, he barely survives. And you make a few mistakes like that, you're playing a little bit fast and loose trying to set up these Barons. Maybe T1 could get back in because punish play, like what we saw there potentially from T1, they didn't have the damage just yet. Faker just now getting his second item is maybe the dream scenario. Again, it's a dream right now. And maybe for T1 fans feeling like a nightmare as the Banshee's Veil is completed for Zeka. He is no joke in this game.
And the Infinity Edge was just done by Gumayusi. Yes, Nash's Tooth is there for FaZe, but I just don't think that it's going to be able to quite match.
They don't quite equivocate in terms of the damage power.
No, although, I mean, for Kai'Sa, it is a very, very good item. You get evolutions and stuff for it, and the W is going to be hurting, but just don't know. Zeka looking for an angle here as he does ult in. Catches Faker even through the stealth, but Faker is able to flash his way out. Still has to invest a lot.
He doesn't have TP anymore, so he can't just teleport straight back to the fight. Zeus, by the way, he does.
Yeah, Zeka also looking for another angle. Man, I mean, after some very strange plays in the first two games, Zeka has really locked in for this
HLE feel like they're a little bit confused on what they want to do in terms of starting the Baron, but also setting a trap. Like, Kanavi's like, we're doing Baron, and Delight is like, no, we're setting a trap. And you're selling the idea of the Baron so you can set that trap, but the follow-up wasn't there, so T1 kind of get away with losing most of Faker's health here, and the Baron is not started, and they buy more time. Like, the game continues. We're 3 minutes away from a potential Elder Steal that could miraculously get T1 back into this game. And at this point, it feels like that is the best possible scenario. Again, if somebody gets picked, if FaZe ends up getting on top of Gumayusi, they bait his ult out, there isn't any peel. Zeka goes in, tries to get a charm, and gets caught by the Poppy, something like that. I mean, there are ways for HLE to mess this up.
Oh, yeah. And it really does feel like this game is still very much up in the air, despite the fact that HLE have a 5,500 gold lead.
It's T1's comp nuts. Just has so many ins. Like, if Keria ults 3 people off a Baron, you know, that could be it as well.
Yeah, lots of ins and also lots of get-outs for HLE. With the Poppycopter, the Cask, like things like this, there's so much disruption available.
This is a half-health Baron now. T1 are going to have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, Kanavi just here by himself wanting to keep the Baron interested. The Baron definitely is interested, but we'll now reset finally.
This is such an HLE moment. They're like, we could just get Baron, but we want to kill those guys. So let's just drop the Baron and then try to kill them, and then they run away, and let's try to use the Baron to kill those guys again. It could have probably just killed the Baron.
I mean, the Jace in the bottom lane is kind of what they were buying time for, as Gumayusi and Kanavi getting back on this Baron once again. Delight playing some defense. We're going to try and keep them interested. Zeka doing the same thing.
A little bit rockier.
Once again, going to go wide.
A little bit rockier this time for HLE as T1 are grouped, and they're going to force the TP out of Zeus.
Yep, Banshee's Veil going to get popped there from Zeka, but they are staying on this Baron for now. Oner is over here. They get that vision that they were looking for. And there is Delight finding the quickness, but not exactly as much as he wants to. The Vi is evicted from the fight, but the Featherstorm keeps Gumayusi alive, and they take down FaZe. There's the 80 carry trade, though, as Faker gets into the backline, and it's Oner that takes matters into his own hands. Finally, it is Kanavi making his way back in, and there's another 80 carry here for HLE, and his name is Zeus, and he's got a big cannon, and he's not afraid to use it. Quadra kill comes through for the Jace, and they'll take a much better Baron this time around.
Keria, he has Smite and a Dream.
Oh my god, if he does this... No, he's not.
He's not even going to try. It's not worth it. There's no way.
I mean, surely it's worth it.
Yeah, nah.
Never mind. He's just going to play his battle pipes in base.
Watch Keria try to play this fight incredibly well. Like, he gets the knockaway of Kanavi, so now the Baron's off the table, and this burst from FaZe is there. But Zeka's charm. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
He and Delight just say no. And then Faker just doesn't have the damage to clean up this fight, and they're so split. Poppy pushed into the bottom lane, and it's a kill there to go over onto the Pantheon, and Faker is just left isolated. You can see he can barely scratch the surface. of these Fed HLE members, and it's a quadra. I feel like Zeka did a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Yes,
but,
he did.
you know, Zeus was happy to kill the champions and pick up tons of money.
And
look, Zeka was already ahead enough.
Yeah, exactly. I think Zeus certainly needed the funds. As
Zeus is like, look, we can both be 3,000 gold ahead.
And he fully completes his More of Malmodius after that one as well. So, yeah, Zeus, problematic. 5 seconds until Elder Dragon as well. There is an Exodia on the table here.
We haven't talked about it, but you mentioned the Maw. There's 2 Maws here because there's just so much magic damage for T1. Well, so little if you look at the itemization for Faker comparatively, but they are, and I mean, for the Gragas as well, that's got Cosmic Drive and a Rod.
Yep.
They just can't hurt the HLE champions, and HLE, all they need to do now is either look for a turn or secure this Elder, and it feels like this game is won, but the base is still fully alive, right? There's no inhibitors. It's not been broken up at all. T1 are being incredibly resilient in this one. 8,000 gold behind.
Yeah, they are all grouped up as well as HLE looking for a pin, so they think they might have caught Doran, who goes down to 50%. HLE now closing in, and Doran's just dead. T1 not going for the re-engage.
They're going for the push in the bottom lane. They're going to open up the base here. They still have Baron for 90 more seconds. They might just be able to end off of this siege.
Yeah, and the Elder Dragon is still up and available. T1 just falling apart.
They used nothing to kill Doran, just raw damage.
Oh, great charm is going to get onto Oner here as the Featherstorm comes on forward. Between Worlds is decent as Keria goes in, but he's going to take the Death Chamber exit, and down will go the Aurora as well. Pays his caught, and Oner is just going to go down in a blaze of glory as HLE finish the ace and get revenge against T1 as we start round 2 of LCK.
7-0-10, 17 out of 19 is Zeka's